The theater has always been a primary form of live entertainment, going back to the days of Greek mythology, and it is still with us today, despite many reports of its imminent demise. Referred to as the fabulous invalid, it is still healthy, vital, and dynamic. This course will deal with how you produce a play or musical and the complex journey involved and the many people who make it happen. My name is Mike Merrick, and I'm a theater producer, and I will be your guide in learning some important facets of producing the play.
Well, I think there's a couple things about the different kinds of producers you mentioned. I've worked with quite a few of all the types you've talked about.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is a producer who gets in and is hands-on. I like that collaboration. I think that's missing in the theater today, that collaboration with a producer.
I guess the key word in the theater is collaborative effort.
And I think that's starting to drift away. It's becoming a little more corporate. And I like the producer that'll get in and argue and fight for what he sees and talk about the artistic decisions, because otherwise it leaves me on my own. When one person writes the book, music, and lyrics, that's something I try to stay far away from.
Absolutely. I want to comment on it. I'll get to you in a second, Cody. I know you want to say something. He is so right. When you got an individual who writes the book, music, lyrics, and then sometimes wants to direct, and that happens, well, who do you argue with? Do you argue with yourself? A director should be open to constructive, creative, meaningful arguments.
Right.
Wait a minute, Glenn. I don't agree with you. I don't think so. What does he do? Argue with himself? Gee, I should do that. What do you mean I shouldn't do that? Back and forth, etc. He is so right. You have to divide up those things. I'm also not in favor of having choreographers/directors. There are exceptions to the rule, but I've been burned a couple of times with a guy who's a choreographer is also the director. Never really works.